As the economy recovered after the Great Depression in the 1930s, the need for architects increased, and so did their desire to become licensed in multiple states. The demand drove NCARB to capitalize on its efforts to guide its boards toward uniform requirements and try to simplify the complicated reciprocity process. In 1936, a committee was formed to create a certificate to signify that architects had met the core requirements for licensure: education, experience, and examination. The certificate would be presented to a licensing board as proof that the architect should be approved for reciprocal licensure. The NCARB certificate was born, and in June 1938, the first one was awarded.
I think NCARB's most significant accomplishment over the past 100 years is to create a system of reciprocity that is so effective. Reciprocity is so important to the business of architecture.
When architects began to be able to move across state lines, easily get a certificate and get a license in a state that required that certificate rather than having to retake the exam, that was huge.
In the late 1950s and 1960s, some boards felt the certificate should be the only method of reciprocity, while others felt the council's standards were unfair to some architects. This opened up a broader conversation about requirements.
Creating the uniformity of credential has made a difference in terms of giving the public more confidence in the capabilities of architects.
It shows that you have gone through all the necessary phases that you are required to become an architect through a NAB accredited degree, through your experience, and through examination. It also shows that you are holding yourself to a higher standard and understand what it means from an ethical standpoint to practice architecture and protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public.
As more boards aligned their requirements to NCARB's recommended standards, and the certificate became a more useful and accessible means to reciprocity, interest in the credential increased.
I knew how important it was if I was going to practice in other states that I should get my certificate so that I would have better access to reciprocity.
Today, income from the certificate supports broader goals of the organization, such as supporting those seeking licensure by subsidizing the cost of the experience program and examination development.
It supports the organization, it supports the mission. It's about helping the next generation get to a point of license and practice.
As we move forward into the future, that now that we have that trust built up between the individual jurisdictions, that it makes it much easier for us to move forward in the future and accomplish even greater things that may come up.